Welcome you all on the behalf of Rahul Anand Tutorials. So as you know that I am Rahul Anand and this is supported on my channel whose name is actually the Rahul Anand Tutorials. So now let's begin with the very interesting topics which are often being asked in terms of your need, often the aims, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book? So these are belonging from the Principle of Inheritance. Now, so let's start as well as understand what are actually the codominancy. So, your Batson and Panett, in case of the skin coat color of what? Skin coat color of the cattle, discovered what? Discovered these means the codominance. Primarily. So now let's understand about what are actually these means the codominancy. So when two of the homozygous parents of what? When two of the homozygous parents of different phenotypes are being crossed, it is in the formation of what? It is in the formation of the codominancy case. So you could often find here on the board. Now, so when we are talking about these means what are actually the phenotypes. So what is phenotype? Can you tell me? So we are having the two types of the things such as the genotype as well as the phenotype. So genotype is equal to what? Genotype means the appearances in terms of what? Or either the resemblance in terms of the genetic sequence. But when we compare in terms of the phenotypic ratio or either the phenotypic cross, it will be what? So it will be actually the physical appearances. So you remember about the physical appearances? It will be actually what? It will be actually the what? The tallness characteristics, the dwarfness characteristics. Often we are having the another types of the characteristics such as what? Such as these mean the skin color, the white skin color, often the red skin color. So when we are talking about these in terms of the codominancy, what will happen? It will be having the resemblance of what? It will be having the resemblance of both of the characteristics of the parents in terms of what? In terms of the F1 generation. Find means what? It means the resemblance of the mixed phenotype as well as when we are comparing in terms of the phenotype. So what are actually the phenotype? You know very well. So what are phenotype? Means what? The genotype as well as the phenotype. Means the appearances in terms of what? In terms of the here. In terms of the physical appearances such as we are having the tallness characteristics, the dwarfness characteristics, the ruin color characteristics in terms of the skin color means the oedema. So oedema is what? So oedema is actually the name in terms of our skin. So when we are talking about this means the codominancy, it literally means what? It means the resemblance of the both parents' characteristics in terms of what? In terms of the F1 generation. So you know very well, such as suppose that we are having the here in terms of the equation, we'll be understanding about it now. So we are having the two types of the characteristics in terms of our oedema color means the skin color. It will be the here mean the red color as well as what? As well as the white color. So when there will be particularly cross, then what will happen? It is that in the formation of the capital R as well as the smaller r. So here capital R is directly proportional for what? It is directly proportional for the here I mean the dominant trait characteristics. Often directly proportional for what? The red color appearances. After that, when we are talking about these, means what are actually the small r standing for? So it is actually standing for what? Can you tell me? Here means the recessive trait. By the name itself, as well as by the capital letter, as well as the smaller letter, we actually define these means the recessive trait, as well as the dominant trait, fine, as well as the traits. Now, so you could often mismanage as well as demonstrate as well as covered up with the another as well as the exchange of the names such as the smaller could be known as the dominant trait as well as what? As well as the here I mean the larger one could be known as the recessive trait. But literally we use what? We use the here in case of the dominant the capital R as well as what? The smaller the another smaller r. As well as you could often use the here I mean the different types of the alphabet. But literally when we are talking about these equations, so what do you actually understand? So in terms of the here I mean the cross, what will happen? We will be having the both types of the characteristics in the F1 generation. Means what? Some characteristics of the red as well as some characteristics of the white. But you often know that what will be happening? The red color dominancy will be found. Why is it so? This is because due to of the it is belonging from the dominant trait. So you could often find here on the board here. Now, when we are talking about these means the codominancy, so what do you actually understand? So in this what will be happening? The both of the alleles will be equally being expressed. You could often find here on the board. So what are actually the alleles? So we are having the two types of what? The two types of the here I mean the genes as well as these are actually what? So these are the alleles as well as the allelomorph. as well as these are actually what? These are the different forms of the gene which is being localized here. So which is being localized into the different locus of chromosomes. Fine. So suppose that here we are having the color such as what? Such as the black eye color as well as the blue eye color. But when we are talking about these in terms of the codominancy, what will be happening? So we will be having the case of the both of the resemblance of these means what? The black eye color as well as the blue eye color. So you could often find here on the board here. Now, so now let's understand about these such as the codominancy as well as the incomplete dominancy as well as what? As well as the codominancy. So we are having the different types of the alleles here. So in this case we will be having the alleles. It will be what? So it will be the here with the red as well as the blue color. Literally, when it will be combining in case of what? In case of the complete dominancy, what will be happening? The red color will be particularly being expressed. On the other hand, when we are comparing in terms of what? In terms of the incomplete dominancy, what will be happening? When we combine the red color with reference to the blue color, it will be resembling the yellow color in nature. But when we are talking about these in terms of the codominancy, what will be happening? So we will be having the both of the characteristics in terms of what? In terms of the F1 generation. So suppose that if we are having the here with the red as well as the blue color, literally what will be happening? The same equation will be repeated. Means what? In terms of the F1 generation, we will be having the red color as well as the blue color, both color characteristics. So now let's understand about these means the codominancy in terms of what? In terms of the skin color coat of the cattle. So here we are having the two different types of the alleles as well as it is actually what? So these are the here means what? The red color as well as what? As well as we are often having the here means the white color. Fine. So I will be demonstrating as well as representing its name in terms of what? The capital R for the dominancy. On the other hand, we are demonstrating in terms of the smaller r in terms of the recessive. So you could often find here on the board here. So when we are particularly trying to demonstrate with reference to the equation, what will be happening? So in the first generation, we will be having the both of the characteristics, mean the capital R as well as the smaller r. You could often find here on the board. So it is often known as what? So it is often known as the F1 generation case. So these are literally being given the specialized name and its name is actually what? So this will be known as the Rowan color. Now, so let's try to discover what happens on the F2 generation. So when we try to discover, so we'll be having the three of the case in terms of the 25% as well as the 50% and again the 25%. So here 25% will be employed by what? So it will be employed by the red color, fine, as well as on the other hand we are having the 50%, then it will be employed by what? So it will be employed by none other else than the hybrid case. So here the hybrid will be what? So here the hybrid will be none other than the Rowan color in the third, means what? Means again the 25%. So it will be employed by again the 25%, means the white color. So you could find here on the board here. Mean term we are talking about the ratio. Here it will be what? So it will be 25% is to 50%. Then what? Then is to 25% again. So find it. So when we are talking about the phenotype ratio in terms of the genotypic ratio, we will get the ratio. But it will be what? It will be 1 is to 2 is to 1. Or either what? Or either the 25% ratio or either upward 50%. Then what? Then again 25%. So you could often find here on the board. And you often popularly know what are actually these, means the genotypic ratio as well as the phenotypic ratio. So what is the genotypic ratio? Tell me. So the demonstration as well as the resemblance in terms of the genetic sequence, it will be coming under the genetic ratio. But literally when we are talking about the phenotypic ratio, what will be happening? So there, tell me, the demonstration in terms of the physical appearances, such as we are having the different types of the characteristics. So these are actually what? So these are the here in the red color or either the white color in terms of the body color of body skin color of the cattle. Often we are having the different types of the characteristics, such as what? Such as in terms of our pea plant, such as the tall plant, the dwarf plant. Fine. Often we are having the another types of the alleles or either the characteristics. So these are actually what? So these will be the flower color in terms of the red flower color as well as the white flower color. So we'll be understanding about these in terms of the next lecture. So I thought you have got the concept what are actually the codominancy as well as what generally occur in these, means the codominancy. So if you like the work with reference to the education, often the lectures as well as the videos. So you could often subscribe, like as well as comment below in the text. Thus I will be knowing that what concept actually you are hungry for or what haven't you understood or either got. So very thank you with reference to what? With reference to the Rahul Anand tutorials. So very thank you.